Salute. Attention. Salute. Pledge. I salute the flag of the state. Sorry, I'm sorry. Let's do the America's first. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. See? Melody's got me on my toes. Okay, the salute to the flag of Oklahoma. I salute the flag of the state of Oklahoma. Its symbols of peace unite all people. Before the end of the year, I'll get this. I'll get it down solid. Roll call, please.
Tom Martindale.
Here.
Dan Hall.
Present.
Melody Cranford.
Here.
C.B. Abel.
Here.
Shirley Hilton Flannery.
Here.
Tracy Hoos. Jamie Stout.
Here.
Deputy Mayor Derek Reed.
Here.
Mayor Patrick Cale.
Here. Item number 1.
Consider approval to commit the city to participating in its projects identified by Muskogee County's proposed countywide public safety tax, including public safety equipment and a new city-county public safety complex for the Muskogee Police Department, Muskogee Fire Department, Muskogee Emergency Management, and City-County 911 Center, together with a commitment to establish a joint city-county public trust to administer the funds associated with said tax and manage said projects, subject to final approval of terms and agreements by City Council or take other necessary action.
Thank you. As mayor of Muskogee, my number 1, numero uno, priority for this community is public safety. I also believe that most of the current council believes the same. From the perspective of individual citizens, public safety provides a sense of security and peace of mind, knowing that law enforcement agencies, emergency responders, and other public safety professionals are working diligently to protect them and their loved ones instills a feeling of trust and confidence in the community. This trust is vital for the overall functioning of society as it encourages active participation and cooperation among citizens, leading to the creation of safer neighborhoods and stronger bonds between community members. Public safety measures are designed to safeguard individuals from various threats, including crimes, accidents, and natural disasters. Law enforcement agencies play a crucial role in preventing and combating criminal activities, ensuring that citizens can go about their daily lives without fear. Moreover, emergency responders such as firefighters and paramedics are trained to provide immediate assistance during emergencies, minimizing the potential harm caused by accidents or natural calamities. An objective assessment of our emergency responder resources would paint a grim picture. Quite frankly, our city leaders in the past have neglected to understand the importance of public safety to our community. Over the years, police and fire have been promised funds from various capital improvement projects, only to be told, sorry, no funds for you, after the vote passed. Our police and fire desperately need facility upgrades. They need a permanent funding mechanism for equipment, and they need to feel the support from the city and recognition of their importance. EMS needs its fair share of support as well. Facility upgrades, equipment needs, as well as a modest income stream to cover operational needs. We all know that police, they don't charge for calls. The fire department doesn't charge to put out fires. If this county-city proposal passes, EMS will no longer charge for out-of-pocket costs on ambulance service. No burden to the taxpayer, no devastating bills for 3 calls in 1 month. I want everybody to think about this. Think of the 87-year-old widow living on a very limited income. We all know the mindset of the early baby boomers. Grandma never had credit cards as she grew older. Her and Grandpa saved money in a jar to purchase a new refrigerator, all paid with cash. They paid their bills and on time. They paid for electricity and gas on time. They paid for things before they considered buying food for themselves. It is ingrained in their being. If Grandma gets 450 in ambulance service calls, she will pay those bills and eat pinto beans and rice for days on end. Just think of the relief to the elderly if there are no charges for ambulance emergency services, just like no charges from police and fire calls. Understanding the importance of public safety is crucial in fostering strong and resilient communities, as it not only protects lives and property, but also promotes social cohesion and economic prosperity. My vote tonight will be to reiterate my number one priority for our city as I see it. I'll vote to take public safety seriously. Having said that, on item number 1, I move for approval.
Second, it's very important that we get behind this and take care of our needs for our public safety needs.
Thank you. I have a first and a second. Any comments?
Can I ask a question?
Yes, ma'am.
I looked through the proposal that was given to us on Monday night, and the city hall was taken out of it. Is that going to be added back, or how does this work? Are we approving to move forward with what we see in the binder, or are we approving to move forward with
Okay.
conversations of how this will work, or?
City Hall was taking out. The county had gone to some trouble to, and I don't know how they found out, to identify the square footage of our city hall. I basically measured the building here, 50-foot deep, 115 feet long, or whatever it was. It's in your packet. And it came up with 5,000 some odd feet per floor. And I multiplied that times 3 floors. Furthermore, I had somebody, that's about the same number the county came up. Furthermore, I had somebody measure every room in City Hall, bathrooms, hallways, chambers, offices, individual, named and stated where they are. It came to 15,000 something, and I added on another 20%, not needing to. Generally, you'll look at offices and then you go, well, let's add on 20% for hallways and bathrooms and what have you. We already counted the hallways and bathrooms, but I still added that in, 17,000 or so. The manager's office insisted that it was 30,000 square feet. And I asked again, it's 30,000 square feet. That won't do it. So I dropped it. Said, guys, we can't do this. We've allocated about 17,000 feet, and that's not going to work. So that was dropped from the original plan.
So my next question, and hey, take a deep breath, because I'm all for it, but I want to make sure that we have clarity, because if that could be negotiated back, again, we said Monday night, like, we're going to have to agree to disagree on some things. We're going to have to come together and figure out some stuff. Like, how do we do that and still make sure that everybody has what they need? I get what you're saying, and I thank you for being as courteous as you are as you're saying it. But, I mean, just bluntly, in order for us to really do this, approving it, yes, but then we've all got to work together. Like, this is the issue that I'm having with it. Not about the building itself, not about any of that, because I think it's great. I think it's a great project. I think we need to do it, but I think we need to be able to do it where everybody's working together. And again, we can't exclude the city manager. I'm just going to be bold enough to put it out here. We can't exclude the city manager. And I asked for that Monday in a nice way. So now I'm gonna publicly say his name. If we're gonna move forward, y'all, Mike, whatever the issues are with the county, you're gonna have to get past it because you work for us. And if there's gonna be negotiations, Mike's gonna have to do that for us, y'all. County, whoever's negotiating for you, this is business. This is not, can't be personal. It can't be about whether I like you or not. This is about the city's business. And if he is the city manager, he's got to handle the city's business. Whoever is representing the county has got to handle the county's business, whether I like that person or not. It's not about my personal like of that person. Personal clashes are keeping all of those people that you just read about from getting what they need. Personal clashes. Going back and forth about this stuff is keeping us from progressing, and we can't do that. So I'm again asking for the county and the city, when I say city, particularly the city manager, to be able to be included in this. And I get the arguments, and I'm hearing about it. Citizens are hearing about it. They're contacting us. As leaders, we can't do it. My personal opinions, I have to leave at home. I have a lot of them. But I have to leave them at home to do this because I'm serving the city of Muskogee. I'm not serving Melody Cranford when I step in here. And so I'm going to ask y'all, I'm agreeing with this, but we have got to come to the table, which is why I asked for the committee to start with, so that everybody feels included. Otherwise, we're going to continue. We're going to have a whole building, like we said Monday night, with city and county in it, with people still feeling like they're not included. And that can't be what we want. So that's my take on it. I mean, if we're going to do it, we got to be honest, and we've got to be able to say what we feel about it.
If you'll look at your packet, Commissioner Payne and myself wrote a memo to everybody, a little letter. And in that letter, it specifically mentions the fact that each group is going to have a committee. We're going to have a committee. Mike Miller is a part of that committee. So I don't know why he isn't participating, but I've got plans for him to participate.
Okay. I mean, I don't want to do a whole public debate thing. I just want to say that we need to make sure that our city manager is over there and that everybody respects everybody. Our city manager has to respect everybody that's representing the county, and everybody that's representing the county has to respect our city manager. Don't have to like him, you have to respect him. And we don't have to like each other to respect each other, and that's what I'm saying, and I will continue to say that.
Understood.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Can I get clarity on the motion, Katrina, please?
Yes, sir. The way that it was presented, the motion that was made proposes to move forward the agenda item in a motion as stated and outlined in writing on our agenda packet.
Thank you.
So can we look at putting City Hall back?
I'm afraid that's not,
I think,
it's not possible.
So Monday, this was a proposal, and today, nothing is possible to add or delete?
That wasn't, I don't know, that wasn't,
Okay. Just-
I
I
don't
want
know
to
where we
clarify
got to
that.
Monday. That was something early on that everybody was trying real hard to make happen, but the reality is it can't. And, if we were to try to go up to 30,000 feet, and this is long past discussions, but it changes the whole dynamic, it changes the whole bond issue. The banks have new problems, the timeline goes way out there. So we could have made it with 17,000 or 20,000 feet, but 30,000 feet, just we can't, just too much.
Okay, just for clarity tonight, are we approving a concept, or are we approving a discussion with the committees and everything? I'm kind of confused.
We're approving doing the deal with the county, and we're going to have committees that will take part in land acquisitions, architectural designs. Everybody's going to share to make sure that their departments are getting the spaces that they need, the things that they need, and everything we've promised to provide them. We've worked, many of the counselors, some have gone once or twice, some have gone several times. I've gone a few times. We've all met with county officials and talked about all this and got it ironed out to a place where we thought we could agree with it to move forward and then get started on the work.
But it was never brought back to us. Like who could make that decision if there's 9 of us?
You're going to make it tonight.
How, you're saying that everything is already set in stone and everything is in motion, then it was never brought to us to even know. Like that the city hall was taken out, that this conversation happened, and I hear somebody in the audience saying, Mike did this. Okay, those things were never brought to us as a council to even talk about and discuss before tonight that we're doing this,
They're in your packet.
that we're getting tonight.
Well, I thought it no different than Mike handing out a packet earlier this week.
It's not about Mike.
5 or 10 minutes after
This is not about.
you got your packet like we get our packets.
This is not about Mike and Mike's packet. I'm asking about this packet coming to me
You have it.
right now that I haven't been able to
Well,
look
I'm
in.
sorry, it was there minutes before we started this meeting.
That's not how this was supposed to work. And I hate that this conversation is having to take place because I don't want you all out there in the audience to feel like I don't want this. I want it done, but I want it done right. And we haven't had an opportunity to look through this, which was the whole point of Monday night's committee, so that this could be done, so that we would know at least what is in it before we agree to it. And that was just Monday, and this is Thursday. And if this was already prepared like this today, was it not already prepared like this on Monday so that we could get it to look through it? It's not about, and I keep saying, and I'm going to keep saying, it's not about what we're doing, it's about how we are doing it. And we cannot continue to function where we don't know things until, and if you felt like getting the packet a few minutes before you needed it, the other packet, then that same feeling goes for this same thing that we're getting right now. And so I'm saying we can't continue to move forward doing this, where we don't know, I don't know what's in the binder, but I'm about to agree to it because all those people out there want it. That's not right for us. It's not fair to us. But then we do want to do what's right for them. And this can't continue to be not fair for some people. That's what I'm saying about this project. I want the project, but it cannot continue to not be fair for some people. I'm all for it, but not the way y'all are doing everything. Because you're saying some people met 5 times, some people met 2 times, and some of us don't even know about those meetings. But then you want us to vote on it. And we're going to vote yes because of public safety and because we want them to have what they have, that they need, but it's about how you're going about getting it. And as a council, there are 9 of us, and I'm going to just keep saying, there are 9 of us. And until all 9 of us know things, this is not how council is supposed to work.
Can I speak? So, when did y'all do your presentation?
Monday night.
Monday night? There's nothing in this book, other than 2 letters, that doesn't go along with their presentation that they made Monday night.
That's not my point.
It's his point.
But it's my point.
Oh, mercy, mercy.
The deal is that I made a point to go to
It's the,
several meetings
Shouldn't be like
at Green
this.
Country LED and wherever else they had them to learn more about these ideas. They brought it up here and they presented everything in this book at City Council on Monday night. There's nothing that's not in here that was presented Monday night, and I don't understand. I understand that you're saying that there was meetings going on without
Right.
all 9 of us, but all 9 of us was here Monday night when they gave a presentation. about what was going to be in this binder.
I think we
And
get,
Mike was put on.
I think, can I say something?
Hang on, I'm not finished yet.
Okay.
And to my surprise, I got put on the committee, but you nominated Mike, and then Mr. Kelp nominated me last. I was shocked that I got on there. But at the same time, I know just about as much what's going on as Mike does and you do. But at the same time, there was a presentation done on Monday night, and they offered to give, we had offered to ask questions, and we can ask questions of them again tonight. That's what this agenda is about. So,
This agenda is about us saying yes before we ask any questions. If we're gonna ask questions to the county after we say yes, we've already said yes. And I'm not saying to say no, I'm saying to move forward doing things differently. I'm saying that if we move forward with this, there can't be meetings with, all these meetings that everybody doesn't know about. It can't.
So can I ask the same question I asked earlier? Okay, we have a motion before us, and are we approving this project as is? On Monday night, 72 hours ago, we said we were going to have a committee that was going to go back and forth and bid. I'm just kind of confused. I think that there's I'm not for sure of, and then it says it's going to come back to council. What's going to come back to council? I think we need clarity on, exactly what we're doing.
Okay.
Katrina?
Yes, sir, thank you. So what we have on here is we have a consider approval to commit to participating in these projects. So a yes vote would mean that we are committing to participate in the projects. Anything that happens then when we work together with the county will have to come back for council approval. So any agreements, any drawings, any architectural plans, any terms, all of that comes back to council for approval.
So we're still pretty much discussing and not buying in on a specific direct, we're saying that we're going to work with these guys.
Yes.
And
so
we're going to
that-
work with the county commissioners.
Yes.
Okay, and it's yet to be determined of what this is going to be. Am I correct or am I wrong? Are we, if is everything finished, everything done?
I can answer that.
I was asking them.
John Tyler Hammonds on behalf of the Board of County Commissioners. We are asking for your approval for these projects. I'm not sitting here telling you that the building's going to be one color or another, but we are asking for your approval that we are going to build a joint city-county public safety facility that'll house the various first responders in Muskogee County here somewhere in Muskogee.
Okay.
That's what we're asking for.
Okay, and
What-
there will be a committee that will still help vet out these decisions and so forth.
That's why the second part of the agenda item, including the commitment to establish a public trust, that public trust is going to be ultimately the entity that does that. It's going to be a joint city-county trust. City will get appointees, county will get appointees. That trust is ultimately going to make the decision, but it's going to be input from both county and city on, for example, how does the building purple or is it red? That's still to be done, but we are asking for your commitment that these projects are going to happen.
Okay, thank you for your time.
Thanks.
And if I can clarify, Mayor, again, all of this is going to be subject to final approval by city council. So for instance, if the committee meets with the county, the way this is worded, and we come back with an idea, the committee members, and present it to council, council can say, no, I don't want that, or yes, I want this, or I want this shifted here. Council will have full input.
So what happens to the committee? Now, are we talking about the same committee for Monday night, or are we talking about the public trust?
The committee, the public, my understanding from my discussions is that the public trust will be created
Sometime in the
to,
future.
yeah, sometime in the future, thank you, in order to manage the money that's collected by the taxes.
But we still have this road that we approved Monday night, 72 hours ago.
Yes,
Okay, and I think that's where the misunderstanding is coming.
yes.
Okay,
So the difference is, the Monday night's agenda item and this agenda item, Monday night we formed a committee. Tonight, we're committing to work, actually do work with the county, but again, it's all subject to city council approval.
thank you.
Any other comments or questions? I've got some folks that have asked to speak possibly, and I'll ask them one at a time if they care to speak this evening or not. Oral Havens?
Just real quick, if this passes tonight, as soon as possible, I'd like to meet with that group and start this project. That's all I'm asking. Thank you.
We will meet,
All of you.
we will meet quickly. Mr. Hammonds, anything to add?
Happy to answer any additional questions. Otherwise, I'm happy.
Thank you. Miss Dr. Jerry,
I have nothing further to add, thank you.
thank you, and thank you for your months upon months of work on this project. I'm going to be proud of you. You're going to find yourself so proud of yourself, as a lot of others will be as well when we see a building up here in a few years. Thank you for your hard work.
Can I say something?
Yes, ma'am.
Voting for this doesn't mean that we don't all realize there are needs at this city hall. I mean, this is an old building too, just like all the other buildings.
Oh, we know it.
And so, I know that is more of an emergency center. City Hall still has a lot of needs, and I think probably a concern maybe we're not just going to forget City Hall's needs.
There's where our
They-
the CIP or bond issue would come in.
Yeah.
To cover the city hall needs, I would think.
And,
So
and
this is about emergency services. We all still realize that the city has needs. This
Yes.
building is old also.
Counselor, I would suggest, and I agree with you, so when the CIP comes up, we can all vote to include things for the city.
Right.
And I know right now that the community's going to support that. The city and the county are both, Commissioner Payne and I have talked, we're all going to support one another. Commissioner Payne and myself have resolved to make sure that we walk forward and forever forward, hand in hand, all supporting this community, which includes the city proper and the county. And I'm quite excited about it. Any other questions or comments?
I have one.
Yes, sir.
When I first looked at this, I was a little worried about the dynamic of the split of the tax. It was 75-25 or something like that, around that number and the county got 75% of that money. And we actually, sorry about that, it was 62-37, but the city collects like 75% of the tax for the county most of the time, is the way I understand it. And so I was looking into that, I was thinking, this is our money, that's how I felt when I first saw it, that we're giving away to other towns and counties and within the county of Muskogee. And the more I thought about it, the more I looked at it, I realized that EMS is building a huge facility for themselves within the city of Muskogee that's going to directly impact all of our citizens. And it's going to make our services, our emergency services, a lot more substantial throughout all aspects of emergency services. So I think that sometimes a good deal in business is not always the same as a good deal for the community. So I think we're going to lose out a little bit on the end of this for taxes, but I think overall, it's very equitable with what we're receiving on the back end of it. I think that it's a really good deal. I mean, you see the room is packed with the people that think it's a great deal as well. That's pretty much it. I just think that what we're receiving from EMS with the building that they're putting in is going to make up for any taxes that we're not receiving on the money side of it.
I think that's a good point. I think that's a good point. Any other comments? Okay, roll call, please.
Tom Martindale,
Yes.
Dan Hall,
Yes.
Melody Cranford,
Yes.
C.B. Abel,
Yes.
Shirley Hilton Flannery,
Yes.
Tracy Hous,
Yes.
Jamie Stout,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Derek Reed,
Yes.
Mayor Patrick Kell.
Yes. Motion passes. Thank you, police. Thank you, EMS. And thank you, fire. This is long past due. We love you and we appreciate you. And now you're going to see that we support you. Thank you again. Meeting adjourned.